you hear me?
Oh, we're on YouTube now. You'll have to save
The
that.
Sun Prairie family's Packers-Bears rivalry goes national. We'll hear from them tonight.
And the fire department considers consolidating with Madison. What the chief has to say just ahead.
But first, Dane County claims as an answer to make sure you are safe in an emergency. That answer comes in the form of $4.5 million after complaints over its emergency communication system, or DaneCom.
Dane County's exec says building new radio towers will fix the system, but it's a solution first responders have already been asking for years. Matthew Simon joins us now with an update to his News 3 investigation tonight. Matthew.
Michelle, Eric, more than a week ago, we first reported the county was considering putting some sort of money proposal behind repeating Dane County concerns. And when the budget comes down tomorrow, it'll be proposed for Mount Horeb, Stoughton, DeForest, and Deerfield.
Right now, we are extremely excited.
There's equal excitement from Dane County's Fire and Police Chief Associations over word 4 new emergency radio towers will be included in next year's Dane County budget.
Listen to what the concerns were and to really propose something that's very substantive to try to address them.
In a statement to News 3 Investigates, Dane County's Police Chief Association president revisited those concerns, saying with poor radio signal reception and transmission being chief, these conditions would not only hamper our ability to effectively respond to emergency situations, but would also put emergency responders at great risk.
More towers and putting equipment on those towers to enhance coverage and make sure that when responders go into buildings, their radios work.
He's in the brush here. I can't see his hands.
Back on August the 8th, Blue Mountains Police Chief's radio failed as he chased a juvenile with a knife.
Copy, you said it's a male, white, yellow shirt.
More than 30 seconds of silence before the chief could tell the dispatcher.
I have one at gunpoint.
Because Dane County's new DaneCom system continues to be delayed, officers like Chief Rose are having to use the old system. An investigation showed a state radio signal interfered with the old Dane County system, causing the problem. Now that one signal is offline, police say things are actually getting better.
We're glad that fixed the problem that our law enforcement partners were having, but no, it didn't do anything related to the paging issues.
Like Stoughton, for one example. The county says the new towers should fix everything.
We're going to put up more towers at a total of 12 now on the DaneCom system with the explicit goal of making more radios work in more places.
That expectation, because the proposal means Dane County's signal coverage will be one of the strongest in the state. You might remember when this project was originally proposed, it suggested this type of coverage for a lot more money, and that's why when the cuts were made, local communities just did not want to fork out the cash to share in the cost. With this, it's an outright proposal. It means it's an outright budget item, and that shouldn't be an issue. There's a private meeting tomorrow with first responders to dig into these details, and Executive Joe Parisi will release his entire budget tomorrow afternoon.
Okay, and a story we will keep following. Matthew, thank you.
The town of Blooming Grove is considering getting rid of its fire department. The fire chief says it would consolidate with Madison's fire department. The town administrator says the town reached out to surrounding areas this year to find ways to be more efficient. Fire chief says that the Madison fire chief has now gotten involved.
This last year, here in early spring, Chief Davis and I sat down and we started having a little discussions. And after that, it really has turned up the heat sometime about July of this year that they have basically made a proposal to the municipality.
So a town board meeting on October 14th will unveil more details, and residents can ask questions at that time. The department employs 3 career, 5 part-time firefighters, along with 50 volunteers and first responders.
The Lodi community is mourning the death of an 8th grade boy. Jacob Trotter died last Friday. He was shot at his home Thursday. Lodi school officials calling it an accident. His organs were donated and a private service will be held this Friday. The Centers for Disease Control says the public shouldn't be concerned about the first case of Ebola diagnosed in the U.S. The patient had flown from Liberia and was taken to a hospital in Texas on Sunday. The CDC says doctors there are trained to deal with the infectious disease so it doesn't spread.
Dane County board supervisors continue to battle with the company that runs a manure digester in the county. Clear Horizons wrote responses to a list of questions that supervisors posed after several incidents. It includes major spills, even an explosion at the Town of Vienna digester. Clear Horizons writes it has added staff, a chief operating officer who is an engineer and is also changing storm retention systems to add spill containment features. Now, among the questions that supervisors asked, how many workers are on site during the day? Clear Horizons wrote, quote, the number of employees on site depends on the work being performed, but it is not less than one. It adds, the goal is to have these facilities automated, but it is working on the safety features of the facility.
The man facing charges in a multi-county crime spree entered a not guilty plea in federal court. James Krieger in court today and pleaded not guilty to possessing firearms as a felon. A federal trial is scheduled for next February. In the meantime, Krieger also declared competent to stand trial. He is scheduled to be in Dane County Court tomorrow. He's accused of stealing guns and money and taking a hostage while stealing a vehicle last fall.
Murder charges coming down to the death of a Wisconsin woman whose remains were found recently. Christopher Torgerson is also charged with hiding a corpse and armed robbery. He's accused of killing Stephanie Lowe in Wausau in 2010. She was listed as missing until just weeks ago when authorities say Torgerson led them to her burial site. He's due in court next month.
China's government cutting off news about Hong Kong's pro-democracy protests to the rest of the country. Thousands are refusing to move from Hong Kong streets. Protesters say they were promised a free vote in 2017, but last month the government said only candidates on the ballot would be screened by a committee in Beijing. But these rallies have not appeared on state-controlled media. Tomorrow is China's National Day, a traditional day of protest in Hong Kong. After visiting the Badger State yesterday, the First Lady is coming back a week from now. Michelle Obama will appear at a Mary Burke campaign event here in Madison next Tuesday, but no other details have been announced so far.
And both gubernatorial candidates were out on the campaign trail today, and again, plagiarism allegations against Mary Burke topped both candidates' interviews.
We find out that a good chunk of that body of work came from somebody else without attribution. Whether you call it plagiarism or anything else, I think most people just say, here's another politician.
Because this is just Governor Walker trying to distract from his poor jobs record. We just lost 4,300 jobs in August. 4,300 jobs. That should be what we're talking about, and we should be talking about ideas that are going to change that around.
And a new Marquette Law School poll is due out tomorrow and should reveal if the Burke controversy has had any effect on voter perceptions. Government Accountability Board wants $460,000 to educate Wisconsinites about the voter ID law. It wants to start a TV, radio, and online campaign before the election in November. That money is already in the state's 2013 to 2015 biennial budget, but it was meant for 5 staffers to implement the law. Now the GAB says there isn't enough time to hire anyone, and that money would be better spent in an ad campaign. The request awaits approval from the Joint Finance Committee.
The head of the Secret Service grilled on Capitol Hill. She is taking responsibility for a series of White House security breaches.
Mistakes were made, and the proper protocols were not followed.
Julia Pearson addressing the latest incident when a man with a knife made it into the White House past several agents, but lawmakers say the director didn't do enough to lower their concerns.
The director did not get a clean bill of health at the end of this hearing. We need to have a outside review of the agency.
Lawmakers also questioning Director Pearson on a 2011 incident when it took several days to realize that bullets hit the White House. She says she's launching full investigations into both incidents. Still to come, a Sun Prairie family thanks you tonight.
We'll have an update on Corbin and his story that we first shared with you last night at 10.
Skies become mostly cloudy tonight, and temperatures will drop off to the lower 40s by early tomorrow morning. Look for mostly cloudy skies and a milder day tomorrow with brisk southeasterly winds and a chance for a shower or thunderstorm west of Madison in the afternoon, the high at 67. I'll have your full forecast in a few minutes.
You're watching Eric Franke and Michelle Lee. Meteorologist Gary Canalti. And Jay Wilson with sports. This is News 3 at 10.
It's
almost.
Hello?
Nope, come back up now.
Sorry, I tried to unmute myself at the same time you unmuted me, so then you unmuted me and then I muted myself.
Weird.
Hey, we have some viewers on YouTube. That's exciting.
It is.
300.
How long until we actually tell people about this?
I know. We should, oh shoot. I was going to say, if you have a question and you're on YouTube, you can put it in the comment section, and Nick will notify me so that we can answer. So, I'm kind of excited. It looks like we almost have a full hangout. Jacob, where are you from?
Florida.
Florida! How's it going?
Just trying to stay cool.
How hot is it down there?
Right now, it's starting to drop from the 90s. Now it's backing down to the 80s.
What city in Florida?
Newberry.
Newberry? Where's that? What's that near?
Gainesville.
Gainesville. Home of the Gators. Swamp.
That's not really Florida. That's lower Alabama.
You guys got a Waffle House down there? Our weatherman wants to know if you got a Waffle House in Newberry.
No, but there's one on Newberry Road.
No, but there's one on Newberry Road. That's not far away.
Gary just gave you a thumbs up. Well, Linda grew up in Florida, so she can tell you what.
Where'd Linda grow up?
Miami.
Plant?
Miami.
Miami.
In Oklahoma, they call that Miami. Just to let you know.
That's in Oklahoma.
Buckeyes. Dummy Buckeyes.
They're not Buckeyes.
You say Ohio?
No, I said Oklahoma.
Oh, well, same thing.
There's in Miami, Oklahoma.
Isn't there Miami, Illinois?
Three.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, Nevada. Screw me up. I can't say.
In Ohio, we have the Great Miami Valley, and
Peru, Indiana.
Where's Miami Valley? Where you are?
it's like Dayton, Cincinnati area. You know, it's like it's a geographical location that they always talk about, especially in Dayton.
Kokomo, Indiana.
Eric is from Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Fort Wayne.
Fort Wayne.
I was born there.
The Midwest.
And Gary is from.
Off in the States, Illinois.
Why do they call him Gary, Indiana, though?
10 seconds. Because he smells like Gary, Indiana.
Oh,
10 seconds.
Light shot and then 4.
Okay.
Bye.
A Sun Prairie boy made a big wish, and you helped it come true.
This is so cool. We shared Corbin's story with you last night at 10. He wanted to raise $500 so he could bring balloons to every sick child at American Family Children's Hospital and bring a smile to their face. So since last night, Corbin's GoFundMe page has raised more than $500. And now the grand total stands at more than $900 as well. And the whole family is joining in to help.
So, I mean, this little tiny wish of Corbin just saying he wants to give a balloon to everyone. I mean, it was so simple how it started. And now we've taken on a family project where we're all just going to, you know, make as many kids as we can smile. That was Corbin's whole goal. Is I just want to make them smile.
Well, the hope to deliver the balloons is on November 8th, and a bus has been donated to carry all of them as well. Plus, with all the donations, the family will be able to buy items off the hospital's wish list to also give to young patients. So good for him.
I just love that story.
I do too.
Corbin, great job. That is a ton of balloons, by the way.
I
That's
know.
a lot of balloons. I love it. Let's get to Gary now, who's looking at the forecast, which, as we all know, has cooled significantly.
Well, you know, today was a chilly day. We couldn't get rid of the clouds for much of the day, and that just made it seem, well, actually it was cooler by about 30 degrees compared to yesterday. Now as we're looking at Doppler 3000, while skies are generally cloudy, high overcast here in Madison, lower and thicker clouds farther out to the west. There are some showers through parts of Iowa, some thunderstorms back to the south and west. These will be in across our viewing area, at least the western parts of the area, by sometime later this afternoon or tomorrow afternoon. High temperature, only 50 degrees. That's a 32-degree drop from yesterday. The average high is 66, but the low of 43 is actually very close to the normal low of 44. But we actually hit 43 last hour. We're back to 44 with partly cloudy skies. The air is calm. The dew point at 41, so we still may drop a couple more degrees before temperatures start to rise as the thicker clouds move in. Temperatures are still pretty warm across the southern and southeastern parts of the country, but noticeably cooler in the upper Midwest. There's also a little surge of warmer and more humid air into the plains. That's ahead of the next storm system, which is starting to move through Colorado and then into the plains, South Dakota, Nebraska. That's where most of the shower and thunderstorm activity is. The jet stream kind of splits here. That allows the air to rise, and that's why we're seeing those thunderstorms out to the west. But you can see the tight spiral in the clouds here. The first area of low pressure is lifting up and through the Dakotas and will move into southern Canada. Another wave of low pressure will head northeastward. That will be our main player from later tomorrow afternoon into Thursday. And then eventually as this cold front and a second one behind it go through the area, then we'll be back to cooler weather by the latter part of the week into the early part of the weekend. Temperatures in the 40s here, but noticeably warmer to the west where the clouds are thicker. And as we take a look at high-resolution future track, you can see how the showers and thunderstorms stay to our west tomorrow morning, but by tomorrow afternoon start to affect the western parts of our viewing area. We'll see a surge of showers and thunderstorms perhaps tomorrow night, and then probably the best chance of rain will be on Thursday as the whole storm system lifts on through, and then the cooler air follows in behind it for Friday and into at least the first part of the weekend. Forecast for the overnight hours becoming mostly cloudy, seasonably cool, low temperature dropping to 41. Tomorrow look for a high of 67, so not as cool as today. We'll see a few scattered showers and thunderstorms west of Madison during the afternoon hours. You can see this on super resolution future track. Things pretty quiet for tonight, but then as we head through the day tomorrow, you can see the clouds definitely thickening up, the rain approaching from the west, but the first surge kind of stays to the west of Madison. Then tomorrow night, we'll see a surge of some scattered showers and thunderstorms, a little bit of a break in the action during part of the day on Thursday, and then as the cold front approaches, the better chances for showers and storms arrive late Thursday afternoon into Thursday night. Rainfall amounts over the next 3 days, perhaps in the 1 to 2 inch range, the heavier amounts out toward the La Crosse area. 7-day forecast, temperatures drop back into the upper 50s on Friday, only reach the lower 50s on Saturday. First part of the weekend should be dry, slight chance for a shower late in the day on Sunday, and then early next week, temperatures back closer to normal. Tonight's backyard weather photo, that will come from Don and Betty Allen of Evansville. A couple of visitors in their backyard there. A couple turkeys showing up to check things out. 68 for the high tomorrow in Evansville with a chance for a shower or thunderstorm late in the day, more likely tomorrow night. Send us your backyard pictures to backyard@channel3000.com. Don't forget to put your name and your city.
It's been a big change the last couple of days. Yeah. All right. Thanks, Gary.
You're welcome.
Well, we are pretty familiar with the Packers-Bears rivalry here at Channel 3. Our newsroom pretty divided. We have some Vikings fans here as well. But check out the Courtines. They're out of Sun Prairie. Mom, a Bears fan. Dad, a Packers fan. And a photo of their twins after the game pretty much summed it up. Mom, Carrie, says her strategy to dress them before the game, well, it backfired.
Kyler was a little crabby. Me being a Bear fan, I put the Packer jersey on him, thinking he might be pouty or something in the picture, and it didn't turn out that way because Kellen, who was happy before I put the Bears jersey on, got very mad.
Sports Illustrated, look at it. Sports Illustrated, USA Today, and countless others have picked up on this photo, and now they're already discussing who to dress in what uniform for the rematch at Lambeau Field set for November 9th. They're both cute, aren't they? Doesn't matter what jersey they're in. Packer fan a lot happier than Lenny.
Yeah, great smile.
Well, coming up, a big tip for bad service?
Doesn't make sense, right? Well, it is the story going viral all day. We're going to hear from the couple and the waiter behind the story when we come back.
2 of the top 10 girls swim teams in the state go head-to-head. McFarland visits Edgewood in sports.
News 3 weather is brought to you by McDonald's.
McDonald's.
It's Garrett! Oh, I'm so sorry, the red one. I am short today. I mean, more short than usual. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, you got real quiet. Didn't you like that little story about those little 2 boys, those twins?
That's cute.
Oh, so good. Hey, there's another cool story that I like, because this one is about, maybe you've heard about it, it's about the person who tipped for bad service.
Yeah.
Did you see that one?
Like $100.
They said something like they were in their shoes or something. We've been in your shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang it, you guys already know the story.
Not the whole story, just a little bit of it.
Hey, you want to hear something funny? So you it's this on TV. What? My eye will not stop watering, so my fake eyelash is totally coming off.
Well, just take them off.
No! I'm gonna end up on YouTube, like, for real, because it's literally coming. It will not stop watering, and it's really gonna.
Oh yes, I can see it. Just ugh.
Don't.
You should do a reveals one night and just go without makeup and lashes.
No way. After this, I'm gonna go to the bathroom and try to glue this sucker back on. It's really coming off
Super
bad,
glue,
though. I mean, it's like really coming off really bad. I don't know why my eyes keep watering.
It's 9 of 14 now.
Don't play with your face.
I know. You want to hear something funny? Eric keeps taking all these quizzes, and his last one was what was it? What
80s rock songs.
What 80s rock songs?
I was only 9 of 14.
9 of 14. He ruined
Well,
it.
I wasn't big.
Wow.
Can you see that? Oh, it's really coming off. Oh, shoot.
That kind of stuff.
What?
80s stuff. I wasn't good at the hairband stuff. You need to be here.
Yeah, I know. Well, I
She's
can't.
4'11", She's 4'11", 5'4" with the stepping stool.
My eyelashes are really coming off bad.
We have the same
Wait,
issue with
Box.
our local anchor in Cincinnati. She's like 4'11" too, so she always has to stand on boxes.
Yeah, I mean, the crazy part is I'm not even that tall. I'm only 5'8", so
5'8".
I'm 6'3". So Michelle being 4'11" poses a bit of a problem. And Gary being 5'.
I'm 6'2".
At least Jay's about 6'2", 6'3".
Eric, you're a freaking linebacker. Come on. You're huge.
I'm huge.
I gotta put you guys. I gotta get in place. Hold on. I'll be right back.
20 seconds.
Hurry up.
Ah!
Time's up.
No.
Matt LePage talking Ashbores on the Bards commercial.
Oh my God, this is really gonna fall off.
Leave it. Leave it alone. Your eyelash is going to fall off in the middle of
Here we go.
It is the start of another World Dairy Expo here in Madison.
More than 300,000 visitors are expected at the Alliant Energy Center grounds this week. 90 different countries are represented in the event's 48th year. Tickets are $10 a day or $30 for a 5-day pass.
We're on your side with a first-of-its-kind ban in the country. California passing a law that bans those plastic shopping bags. 13 million single-use bags are given out each year just in California. Supporters say this is a huge victory and will help the environment. Critics say it'll cost jobs. Grocery store owners actually welcome the ban, saying it'll save millions of dollars they spend on plastic bags.
I think the 120 cities and counties that represented about a third of the state's population really taught all of us a lesson that the ban works.
Well, the law starts next July. It includes $2 million in loans for plastic bag manufacturers so they can transition to producing reusable bags.
Okay, we've all heard about stories of big tips, but one couple putting a twist on that, doling out a huge tip for bad service. Stephen and Mackenzie left a $100 tip on a $60 bill Saturday night at a sushi restaurant in Cedar Rapids. That's after waiting 20 minutes for the waiter, 40 minutes for an appetizer, and more than an hour for their dinner. But instead of getting upset, the couple noticed that their waiter was the only one in the whole restaurant and slammed all night long. Since they had both been servers in the past, they empathized and left that tip along with a note, we've both been in your shoes, paying it forward.
We could all just take a step back for when you're in these kind of circumstances and just realize that we could, grace the world with a little bit more kindness and generosity and patience. Like, the world would be such a beautiful place if we could all just do that.
And that was a super unexpected and really nice. I mean, it caught me off guard. Wasn't expecting that, and so I don't know. A little misty, I guess. I don't know. It was a very good ending to a really stressful night.
Oh, that is so sweet. Well, this story, of course, has gone viral, getting more than 1.5 million likes on Facebook, and the couple getting nice notes from folks all over the world. I love that story.
Haven't you ever been in a restaurant, though, where there's one waiter and they're having to do everything by themselves? You feel so sorry for them.
Yeah.
You're almost like you just want them to be able to get through it, right?
Yeah, I've been there before. I'm more surprised that Cedar Rapids has a sushi restaurant. Teasing.
Always another side to the story.
Yeah, no.
For Michelle, but that was a good story.
That's a great story.
Well, the Badger football team ready to step up its game. It is Big Ten time, and Jay will have that story and much more straight ahead in sports.
In his 40s.
O-H-I-O, yay.
In June. And it was just a little dive.
Oh, wait.
Little
That was a
place
secret
with one
commercial.
lady working the lunch hour.
Oh, it's terrible.
We went in there with, 13 players, siblings, 26 parents, or probably 20 of the parents that made it. The others had to go to other functions for other kids. We knew this poor lady just looked at us like, no! We actually, one of the dads started helping her wait tables.
Oh my gosh.
He was helping her. We started numbering them by jersey number, so we get the bills right, and we got photos like Tommy, one of our dads, waiting tables, getting the orders.
That's sweet.
Because they were overwhelmed. It still took a long time, but we were like, don't worry about it. And we all tipped her really good, too.
That's a lot, though. I worked at a Chinese restaurant with this mean Chinese lady.
Mm-hmm.
She would always be like, "You're so stupid," and I'd be like, "Okay." She was so mean. But actually, I ended up really liking her. But at first, she was so scary.
Yeah, some people, older people,
She was.
that have been working in a place for a long time. You got to kind of prove yourself to them.
Well, plus, like, this was like in the early '90s, so like they weren't as PC back then. You know what I mean? She would tell the customers, like, she was like the soup Nazi. She'd be like, she'd be like, "You eat too much. You drink too much Pepsi. That's why you're so fat." The customers, and I would always be like,
She would say that to customers?
Yes. I mean, people like thought it was like funny because she was.
Okay.
Because she was so mean, I think people thought that was like a part of. Yeah.
Hey, Michelle.
You grab so many egg rolls from the buffet, but you leave so many on the plate. So wasteful.
How could you not just laugh, though? I mean, when they yell at you.
Michelle.
So wasteful. Huh?
Hey, Michelle.
Yes?
Did you get that rabbit out of your fence?
Did I have rabbit in my pants? What?
No. Out of the fence.
Wow.
What?
Did you get that rabbit out of your fence?
Oh. Yeah, we had to break it up. We had to break it. Bad. Sorry, I really thought you said something else.
Are we getting done? Are we in sports?
No, okay, so Jay has got. You can run. Okay, so the first two stories are local.
When does he come back?
We're close. How close are we? We got okay. So he's got swimming, and then he's got game of the week, and then you'll probably have to shut it off for Cubs and Royals and baseball.
Okay.
And then you can come back after. 15 seconds. You can come back about when they start talking about Aaron Rodgers. I'll be back. Hold on.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers VO too, probably.
Yeah. Probably not.
That's gonna be network.
Okay. How does Mad City Sales make
News 3 Sports.
Two of the state's top Division II girls swim teams face off tonight as 4th-ranked McFarland visits 6th-ranked Edgewood in a dual meet on Monroe Street tonight. Our first event is the 100-yard freestyle. It's Alex Focius of Edgewood. She's winning with a time of 58.57 seconds. But McFarland has more than a few swimmers back from last year's team. One of them is Sarah Hagan, who wins the 100-yard butterfly in a time of just over a minute, 1 minute, 400ths of a second. Final score, number 4, McFarland, 86. Number 6, Edgewood, 84. Two other great rivals go at it on the football field Friday night in the Prep Mania Game of the Week. Wanakee makes the 10-mile trip to DeForest for their annual Badger North Conference Showdown, and we'll be there Friday night, Wanakee and DeForest, live at 7 on TVW and Channel3000.com. The Chicago Cubs finished 73-89 this season, but General Manager Theo Epstein says today next year could be different. Epstein says the Cubs' goal in 2015 is to win the NL Central Division title. Baseball playoffs begin tonight with the American League wildcard game. It's a one-game playoff with Oakland at Kansas City. Brandon Moss's 3-run homer in the 6th turned the game around, but now it's 7-6 A's in the 9th. The winner tonight plays at Anaheim in Game 1 of the American League Division Series Thursday night. It's the Big Ten opener for the Badger football team Saturday at Northwestern, where Wisconsin hasn't won since 1999 when Barry Alvarez was the head coach. It'll be tough to win there again this season as the Badgers try to get consistency on offense and look to continue its solid play on defense. But once the conference season begins, the Badgers know they have to step up to start Big Ten play.
The games mean, so much as far as, standings and, what we want to accomplish as far as a team. So anytime you play a Big Ten opponent, especially on the road or hostile environment, we're definitely looking forward to the challenge. It's time to go. And, some of the younger guys, I think they're starting to get that, the preparation just has to be that much better as far as when you start getting into conference.
The Packers and Vikings play here Thursday night on Channel 3. We're keeping an eye on Gary's weather forecast for Green Bay. Thursday night, it looks like Aaron Rodgers might not have the perfect conditions he had for Sunday afternoon's game in Chicago. Right now, Gary's projecting that rain might start right around game time and be pretty steady through the game.
It can definitely have an effect on, obviously, the passing game. So if we have some rain on Thursday, it's going to change some things that we do. It has to, because the ball is slicker, that it's difficult to throw. Especially some of the deeper patterns, but we've had success throwing in the cold, in the snow, and in the rain as well. And a few times we've done it. We had rain a couple times over my career, so it doesn't change everything a whole lot, but it definitely changes your approach, your grip, and your thought process on some of the deeper throws.
So Thursday night, this is the place for the Vikings and Packers on CBS. We'll have live reports on Live at 5 and News 3 at 6. And CBS's pregame show starts with 6:30 with the kickoff Thursday night, 7:25 right here on Channel 3. Gary was showing me his super resolution future Doppler radar.
You got it. That's what he called it.
It goes yellow like right up to Green Bay about that time. So hopefully a couple days.
You guys both going to be up there?
Yeah, we're going to go.
You're going up there. They're both.
Yeah.
I got my rain boots and
I'll
my
be here
poncho
nice
ready.
and dry.
A little jealous on that one.
Jay, thank you.
We'll be right back.
It's Fall Fiesta time at Middleton Ford, and it's the lowest price of the year on the 2014 5-door Ford Fiesta SE hatch.
Darn it. I was hoping I could do it perfectly 2 nights in a row, but no, I messed up.
Shame. I shouldn't have said that.
What?
Huh?
I said, you'll be dry, and I said, yeah, I'm a little jealous about that. I should have said that. I should have been like, I'll watch the Packers no matter what. I love football, rain or shine, snow,
My favorite player is shortstop Aaron Rodgers.
Send the girl who knows
Hooday.
about football to the football game. I like football. What position do you play? Football. I dated a football player in high school. He was a tight end.
Insert joke here.
What a tight end does.
Play football.
What a tight end.
He runs and he scores the touchdowns, but not like a running back. And they're usually big. They're usually like kind of big. Like, yeah.
The tight end is generally a taller, kind of hybrid offensive lineman and receiver.
Yeah, I knew that. The guy I dated was like 6'1" and like 220 pounds in high school.
Does your husband know this?
Yeah, he knows him. He's not very. The guy wasn't very
smart.
He spelled a lot of. I went
Remember,
through.
we're live on YouTube.
Like I had my notes in a bag and.
You took notes of dates?
No, he
Their
wrote me
little love
notes.
notes that they pass in class.
He always spelled always
Gary!
A-L-L-W-A.
Gary, will you go with me?
I
Check
will
yes or
always
no.
love you. A-L-L-W.
That never happened.
Never happened to you?
It's really mean.
What about prom night?
I told you what I was doing on
Right
prom
out to
night. Working at
Elvis?
McDonald's. I never went to prom.
Prom's overrated.
Prom stunk.
Yeah, I never did anything fun for prom.
I went to three
I
stupid proms.
went to 3 too. 3 SL. Oh my god, that's so weird.
My senior prom was the day of my 18th birthday, and I didn't have a date, so I went to Six Flags instead, and it worked out better.
I think that's a good plan. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
You can just run it out of the break.
Okay, there's the Super Resolution feature track, 7 p.m. Thursday. The rain heading up toward the
That's just for you, Jay.
Yeah, just for Jay. Well, 7-day forecast, temperatures a little milder the next couple of days with rain chances. By the weekend, we turn cool again. Temperatures back in the 50s, nighttime lows in the 30s.
It'll be cool down in Evanston, too, on Saturday. All right. Thanks for joining us for News Straight 10, folks. Have a good one.
She always waves.
Well, that was
I'm gonna go to my desk real quick. Oh. Yeah, I don't mean to talk about my boyfriend. He was not a very nice kid.
This year. That's correct.
Hey, Michelle.
Traeger took you in that game in person.
Michelle.
Thanks. So Garrett, what?
Does Eric ever let you say goodnight?
Nope. He's mean.
Notre Dame is.
Bye-bye.
Hey, that's why I waved, because I want to get my buy-in.
I know.
I'll never get it in. Listen to him. You can hear him talk right now. He just talks.
Yeah.
He doesn't even know I'm talking about him. I don't know what it is, but there was something about tonight that was like, I was sweating up here. Bad.
It should be like Mindy from Animaniacs. You go, okay, I love you. Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Oh, jeez. Hold on. So, is today Tuesday or Wednesday?
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
I thought it was Wednesday.
Oh, for me, we have a half hour, so.
See you tomorrow. Guess what? Crystal, our producer, is going to see Fleetwood Mac on Thursday.
Oh, that's awesome. But you have Christine back with them.
Chicago. She's taking the day off to go to Chicago.
Yeah.
Fun.
Jealous. Hashtag
It's
jealous.
a complete Fleetwood Mac because Christine McVie is still is back with them for the first time in like 20 years.
Yeah. I kind of heard that. Sorry. Hey, just real quick, I want to tell you guys, I'm in the process of trying to get you some swag.
Goody!
Yay!
Do we get frisbees too? We need frisbees.
I don't know if we have frisbees. Huh? Yeah, I'm working out. I'm gonna change.
Okay.
You're tired.
You're gonna make us watch again.
Do you want some migraine medicine? Okay, I'm gonna take us off YouTube. So
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us. Did we have a full hangout?
We did.
Ooh, exciting. Well, I see 9.
Okay.
Well, it looks pretty full. All right, guys. Bye on YouTube. Thanks for joining us.